old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
For me, Remedy has always been a top-tier developer that is mostly underrated. From the hard-boiled bullet-time detective Max Payne to the episodic time travel thriller Quantum Break, and more recently the supernatural bombastic third-person shooter Control, Remedy has always created stories that stand out from most games that I have played. So it is fitting that Remedy has created the Alan Wake series, centered around a writer and the power of his words. While the first Alan Wake in 2010 was a sleeper hit for Remedy, Alan Wake 2 is not only a masterclass for a horror thriller video game, but a celebration of Remedy's history. Here's my review of Alan Wake 2.
I'm never getting out of here, am I?
Yes, you will. And no, you won't. And that is by your own choice.
It's been 13 years since the end of the first Alan Wake game, where Alan Wake faced off against the dark presence that resides at Cauldron Lake of Bright Falls. It was desperately trying to use Wake's power with words as a way to free itself from its watery prison. Alan ends up trapped in the lake with the dark presence in order to save his wife Alice. 13 years later, after that cliffhanger, you take control of Saga Anderson and Alan Wake in two intertwined campaigns. Saga Anderson, an FBI agent, has been sent to solve a series of murders performed by a strange cult in Bright Falls. Her accompanying partner is also a familiar face.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
While Saga's campaign takes place in the real world, you will soon run into the Taken from the first game that are trying to permanently stop Saga from unraveling the murders. Also, the locals in town strangely seem to know who Saga is, despite this being Saga's first time here.
How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me. I don't think I do.
In the other campaign, you will once again play as Alan Wake, who resides somewhere in the nightmare reality called the Dark Place, which looks like a spooky version of New York City. It is filled with whispering, dark, shadowy figures, and a late-night talk show host by the name of Warland Dorr that seems to have a very special interest in Wake.
Remember if I'd written a book, right?
Or maybe it was written by your evil double. Well played, man! That is spot on! Playing the role here!
Wake also has his own version of Alex Casey from his hit crime novels, who in this reality helps Wake navigate the dark place through Casey's classic noir narration.
Oh, hey. We met at Door's show.
Alan Wake, the writer. I'm Alex Casey. I'm looking into a murder.
You don't necessarily need to play previous Remedy games to enjoy Alan Wake 2. In fact, I would recommend that you play fully through Saga's campaign first if you are a newcomer. However, you'll be missing out on a ton of shared Remedyverse lore that the game has. Characters, events, and locations from previous Remedy games all exist in this shared universe, even if Remedy can't legally say that they do. I mean, come on. Sean Ashmore's character is called Tim Breaker. Like Time Breaker? It's a clear nod to Quantum Break. And there's no hiding Remedy's creative director Sam Lake's likeness to that of Rockstar's Max Payne. Also, keep a lookout for Federal Bureau of Control equipment along the way, as well as a certain janitor.
Have we met before? Are you trapped in the dark place too?
You remember Ahti, the janitor. You can't be lost if you don't worry about where you are headed.
If you're a fan of Remedy's previous games, you'll be in for a treat. If you're a newcomer that is interested in this universe, you'll have a nice backlog of games to check out. Alan Wake 2 wouldn't be a Remedy game without its live-action cutscenes. While most games today have done away with this old-school style of storytelling in video games, Remedy has managed to weave these segments into the story very well, adding a layer of surrealism. There are moments where live-action characters and environments are ghosted in over gameplay, just like in Control. I hope Remedy never abandons this style of storytelling in future games. Alan Wake 2 is clearly inspired by TV shows the likes of The Twilight Zone and Twin Peaks. It's Remedy's best story to date, and you'll be hooked well long enough till you reach its cliffhanger conclusion.
Of the tree.
Murder call. Fuck.
Alan Wake 2 visually is without a doubt a next generation game. Character models have come a long way from the first Alan Wake. Saga, Wake, and the rest of the cast look photorealistic and are very accurate to their live action counterparts. Environments also are believable and eerie. In Alan Wake's New York hellscape, the wet street puddles accurately reflect the neon signs of graffiti painted buildings, while Bright Falls could be a real Pacific Northwest town with its densely packed rustling trees, foliage, cabins, fishing spots, and even a creepy theme park. In a game where light is literally a weapon, the use of lighting has been expertly applied here as well. Remedy has definitely mastered its Northlight engine, creating a dreamlike yet realistic world.
The Fed had witnessed something here that made him run scared. Whether the summoning ritual had been a bona fide supernatural event or the mass psychosis of stark raving lunatics, it didn't change the fact.
Get away!
A good horror game has to have great sound design, and Alan Wake 2 nails it. The whispering, unnerving voices of shadowy figures in Alan Wake's campaign will keep you on your toes as they call out for you by name. The Taken and Saga's campaign can be heard in the woods rustling around you, getting ready to strike with their sharpened weapons. There is tension-building music that could easily fit into a horror film. Pair that with the random screeching jump scare noises that will catch you off guard. You might end up just saying nope and turning the sucker off. It's not all doom and gloom, however. There are plenty of tunes that lighten the mood here. You can collect radio show broadcasts, hilarious TV show commercials, as well as music tracks.
Help.
There are a couple of musical numbers in the game from Remedy's alum band Poets of the Fall that I won't spoil here, but they will have you fist pumping at the screen. My only issue with the sound in Alan Wake 2 is a weird bug that would cause music audio to not play at all. I experienced this sound glitch in multiple playthroughs, but hopefully by the time you see this video, Remedy will have patched it. While the first Alan Wake had some horror elements to its third-person, over-the-shoulder gameplay, it definitely leaned more into an action-style shooter. Alan Wake 2, however, is a proper third-person survival horror game. When it comes to the fighting, most of the same tactics to combat the Taken in the first Alan Wake apply, but ammo and supplies are more scarce this time around, and you'll have to manage those resources properly during combat, or you'll be ass out in a fight because enemies could take a lot of damage this time around. The Taken hate the light. Focusing your flashlight on enemies will weaken the dark shield around them, allowing you to take them out with a handful of weapons, ranging from pistols, shotguns, crossbows, flare guns, and rifles. You also have flare sticks, flash grenades, and explosive bottles that will give you breathing room to plan your next attack. And if you don't have time to aim, you can hit the dodge button to get out of harm's way. All the guns feel like you expect them to. Shotguns pack a satisfying, powerful punch. Pistols can pop off quick shots, and the crossbow fires piercing arrows, and it is nerve-wracking to reload. Saga and Wake can both upgrade their weapons with page scraps and words of power that can be found in the story. These upgrade buffs can improve stats of weapons, but with such a high price for each of them, you might end up skipping them altogether. When you're not fighting for your life during the combat parts of the game, you'll be hanging out in the mind places of both Saga and Alan that you can instantaneously switch to while in the campaigns. These spots also serve as a sort of in-game menu that allow you to access collectibles and upgrades. Since Saga is an FBI agent, her mind place focuses on piecing together clues on her detective board. She can also profile suspects here and deduce their motives.
Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
Fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Alan's mind place is set back in the cabin attic from Cauldron Lake in the first game. Here, Alan has a storyboard where he can switch out scenes that will change the look of key locations in the Dark Place.
The hole had changed into the murder cult's hideout.
There are puzzle elements in this game too. While playing as Alan, you are given a fancy lamp that can absorb and transfer light in certain areas that will instantly transform the environment around you and allow you to advance. Saga has some less creative activities, such as finding missing fuses, starting up generators, or deducing what the combination is for different locks, which all felt like cliche horror game tasks that left a little bit to be desired.
The scene had changed. The dark place is fucking...
While 2017's Control is very close to my heart, Alan Wake 2 pushes the medium of video games forward. With its well-written story, well-acted, animated and live-action story beats, and throat-clenching gameplay, Alan Wake 2 rivals any movie, TV show, or novel in the horror thriller genre. Besides that minor audio glitch and some cliche puzzles, this is Remedy's best work to date. Do yourself a favor and give this game a go with the lights off. Alan Wake 2 is a must-play and is honestly my choice for Game of the Year in 2023.
The irony of being trapped in a postmodern detective story. I felt watched. The eyes of some unseen audience on me. I wanted to turn to the hidden camera and tell them to fuck off. But I didn't know where to look to break the fourth wall.